Hey, Binal, how you doing today?
Good. How are you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing well. I think for our last hour or so before we started this video was really, really fun. I was able to get to actually really get to know you, not just have a person that I tag and everything else on LinkedIn. So it's been awesome. But currently, I'm working on a 30 vets in 30 days. This is my 16th episode. I'm talking with Binal, and she's a transition service member for the Navy, retiring Navy chief, IT type. But more importantly, she's my first female to have on this episode series. I'm ecstatic. Thanks so much for having time.
Absolutely.
But a little info about myself. I retired from the Navy November of 19 as a chief out of Augusta, Georgia, and I was hired on by Lockheed Martin, moved to Denver in January 20. And here I am now, but all these views are of myself and not the company I work for. But I say but a lot, don't I? So I guess I'm not a professional yet. So this video series is about transitioning service members. It's not about me. I think people on LinkedIn, they already kind of know who I am. So this video is about Binal. Who is Binal?
So a little bit about myself, Tom. Thank you, first of all, for having me here today. This is exciting. As
I'm excited.
First female veteran, I'm excited to start a whole new genre. So a little bit about myself. I was born in India. I moved here when I was 12 to America.
Wow.
When I turned 18, I decided I wanted to join the Navy. And I'm probably the first and probably the last generation because my family's never had anybody to join the military or any of these, awesome ranks that I've climbed so far. I came in 2001, and when I first came in, I started in deck department, which is like a grunt equivalent of like the Marine Corps, if you would say. So that, and then like slowly but surely, I knew I wanted to be in IT. It took me about 4 years trying to convert, and then for 13 years, that's what I did. And as I was growing up in ranks, I started realizing that my affinity for project management and people, was just so great that led me to be a certified project manager. Now I am doing an internship through Hiring Our Heroes at Microsoft as a project manager.
Wow.
Yes, I'm so excited about it too.
That's awesome.
Completely like, I don't know how I ended up there. Of course, people always talk about the imposter syndrome, but I feel like I got lucky, really. And, it's that the 3 Ps is what I call it: people, process, and project. Like, I love working with people and I need process improvement on any given subject. So that's a little bit about myself and
Wow.
personal life. So that's where I am right now. I am about 55 days away from transitioning. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
So I
Nice.
know.
Nice. So you completed how many years total in the Navy?
Oh, yeah. I will be at 20 years when it comes to, July 17th, but 20 plus couple of days, August 1st, because, that's when you let you go.
Awesome. Awesome. So you're available in August, let's call it. Is that when you're available for your next job or just when you're out of the Navy?
Out of the Navy. I would love to start my next job August 15th because, through COVID and everything last year, I haven't been able to really see my family. And I would like to take time as soon as I'm done with my internship to go visit them because of the restrictions being lifted. And, just because it's been such a long time, I would like to have a gathering with my family just to my family is huge, and every year for Thanksgiving, it's like 70 of us in one house for 4 days, and we haven't been able to do that. I know.
That's a lot of people.
I know, but we have such a blast. Like, it's an
That's
awesome time.
awesome. Awesome.
And not being able to do that is like really, I would say like it hurts, because I want to go do that with them. So I'm hoping to take some time after I get out, transition to do, just go visit them for a little bit.
I hope you do as well. Family is important, and it's
Absolutely.
great to be around family. So yeah. So after 20 some years in the Navy, you mentioned one of your certifications, but did you get any education with your certifications, or are you just straight certifications only?
Oh no, I have done education. So I have my bachelor's in digital media and web
Oh, wow.
technology. I know. I'm a very creative person, and that's what drew me to that. So I learned like Adobe Suite products and things like that. But of course, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So I got a minor
Every
in
time.
cybersecurity also, just to just to have like a backup plan.
Sure.
But as I went through the process of transitioning, the minute I put in my request, it was basically, the clock is ticking. What are you going to do? What do you
Yeah,
want to do?
this is
Right?
true.
So with that, I started literally branching out and looking for what spoke to me. I knew I wanted to work with people. I knew that I love working on projects. I dabbled into the HR realm. I signed up for the SHRM SCP courses, and then I was doing so great till they started talking about the union laws and all that. And I was like, the law, the law of business is not for me. So I, came back. I was like, okay, I'm still good at doing IT stuff. So I got my ITIL service management itself speaks to me. I was like, oh, the holistic look at how you can move the innovations forward, listening to your people, waiting and seeing if processes are working, process improvement, continuing, the process improvement. All of that spoke to me. And through speaking with different people, they were all like, oh, you need to look at your PMP. I went through at least 5 different boot camps for PMP. And I don't know for what reason, it did not stick with me. I understand what a WBS is. I understand the scope, the schedule, the resource. I understand the charter, the goals, and understand the triangle. All of the quality, scope, time.
Mhm.
Understand those things, but I just couldn't understand all the little things that went with it, which were the documents, which were the ITT, what do they call it? The tools and, all the things that was required. But I still wanted to be project manager. And somebody told me, it's like, maybe you should look at the DOL coach as one of those certifications that I actually was able.
I've heard about that organization, but I've never done anything with it. I've heard about it.
So DOL coach, what I love about them is like they help you understand the project management.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A words, like, so one of the, I'll tell you about one of the classes that I attended. Heather was teaching about dang, I forgot what it was. It was basically, but we were talking about how we can get the resources for making cookies. It's like, who are you going to talk to? What are you going to need? Time frames and things like that, right? So they broke project management into like party planning and like cookie making, which helped me understand in elementary style.
So is that what we talk about? How many chocolate chips you put on the top?
Yes, you can. But what I love about them is like they don't just expect you to like, when you take the PMP exam, you're basically sitting there for 4 hours and then very mundanely just going over the test. With the CPO course and the DOL coach itself, they helped me talk about my project.
Okay.
And I literally wrote, like, I wouldn't say dissertation, but I wrote a whole thing about how I planned a dining in for the Chiefs. Like,
Nice.
exactly, like who was in charge of it, who was my customer, who was my sponsor, who was my resources, people in my team, what was my timeline. So I actually walked them through the entire process, the budget and everything. And they understood what I was trying to say, because in the military, we've managed so many projects that we don't think about.
True.
So Instead of
True.
me sitting there for 4 hours, I took the exam too, and I failed it. I'm not gonna lie, the PMP exam, I failed it very much
I've
so.
never taken it or even tried. So more power to you.
Thank you. And like, but this was much more easier because they allowed me to talk about my experience instead of just having a paper, test on my experience.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I'm not a good test taker. So this was, I love DOL coach, by the way. What they do, and because it was also founded by a military veteran.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, he was in the army, Scott, and he is an awesome person. I would recommend you speak to him also. But
Awesome.
certifications, sorry, I got my CMP from that, got my ITIL. I already have my Security Plus as an IT. Now we talk about the Scrum Master role that I play now, which also led me to get my CSM and my product owner, which is my CSPO.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, because the Scrum Master role is basically about how you run your self-managing and self-performing teams and
Okay.
how you can help them achieve the goals for every project. And
Wow.
that was my light bulb moment. And it happened this year. Mind you, I started 24 months ago. It happened in the beginning of this year after having a talk with somebody else. And I was like, I found it. But I
Nice.
wouldn't have found it if I didn't, network, talk to people,
Yeah.
or, get out there, get myself out there. People know me as, somebody who puts out the organization and things I'm doing. But, people is what I thrive with.
That's awesome. I can definitely feel a whole lot of passion just talking with you for these few minutes, let alone the hour before we even talked. I can see the passion. So with that in mind, do you plan on living in the same place you're living at right now, or where are you trying to go next? Now that you can go anywhere you want to go, where do you want to go?
So I wanted to move to Texas originally, because it was just a cheaper living for me.
Sure.
To be honest, that was like the goal for it. Since my son loves it here. I have a 10-year-old. He loves it. Well, I love it too. This area where I'm in Northern Virginia is beautiful.
Nice.
People are awesome. People are great too. I don't like the cold, but I don't mind living here for right now.
Okay.
But I'm always open to a new adventure. So if something does come about, like, if Microsoft's like, hey, we have a better job for you, this place or whatever, or I find a different place, then, because I'm still in an internship, so nothing
Sure.
ever gets easy for me right now. So if I do find, that better, place where I'm like, oh, this would be perfect.
Nice.
All the trifecta is like there, location, money, people. I love vacations. So if vacations are paid for, I'm all about where I gotta go.
Right on. Right on. So, so for your next job role, what type of job title would you be looking for? Something within Scrum Master, or like a project planner, or I'm just taking a guess from the conversation right here.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a
Okay.
project manager role itself.
Okay.
That speaks to the agile methodologies. It can be Scrum. I'm also very well versed in the lean processing also, because after seeing so much waste, you understand how to make it better.
Wait, the military has waste?
Yeah, I'm not talking about waste. I was like, how can you make it
Okay,
better?
well, let's not go there then. So you mentioned you're on a SKILLBRIDGE, right?
Yes.
Awesome. How do you like it?
Oh, so far it's been awesome. So
Okay.
I signed up with Hiring Our Heroes itself. That Hiring Our Hero itself has been a great transition to helping, speaking with Allison, definitely a person I would recommend whoever wants to join up, in the NCR region, because that's who she serves.
Okay, so that person's up there. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
She serves the NCR region. There are other reps around
NCR.
NCR is I'm sorry, National Capital Region, which
Gotcha.
is
Okay.
DC, Maryland, and Virginia area.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like, yes, I'm sorry. So NCR is the National Capital Region, encompasses us in
Okay.
here. And because a lot of the jobs are remote, she's able to also help people that are not in this area itself. But like, let's say you live somewhere else, but in a couple of months you're looking to move, to Virginia or Maryland, you could still reach out to her and see if you
Oh,
are eligible
nice.
for the next cohort. Yes.
Nice.
So
So I know for myself, I was able to be a part of the 19-3 cohort for Hire Heroes. I was part of the remote version.
oh,
So
okay.
I was called the manager, leader, whoever it is that runs the Friday sessions. I talk to a person all the time.
That's Allison.
So for me, it was Elizabeth Garcia, and at the time she was living out of Hawaii with her husband, who's in the Army. So she ran the program from Hawaii, and I was in Augusta. We had people that were in Phoenix, Arizona, and people in other areas. So it was one huge. Well, I guess utilize the word remote before we knew remote would be such a popular word, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was really pretty cool. Like every Friday I was on there. We had our like 2-3 hour session. We had a recruiter come in and talk, and we had, hey, you should do this. Hey, what all struggles are everyone else going on with? I think that's really pretty important because you get to learn what struggles everyone else is having, and you learn you're not the only one having those struggles, and you realize you're not alone, which I think is really important to know. Absolutely. That what you're thinking is not unique.
Yes.
Someone else is going through the exact same thing right now.
And then that's one of those things is like, till you get to that place, you're not going to know, that it's not unique to you. I thought I was the only one in like this panic mode, and last year where everything was just, it felt like it was falling apart. I had no idea what I wanted to do, things like that, where I wanted to do, who I wanted to do with, and then speaking with other people, it's like you understand you're not in it by yourself.
Yeah.
So I got with one of my buddies, and we call ourselves the transition buddies because we help each other basically.
Awesome.
Yeah, he'll come up, he's like, hey, Binal, I think you should talk to this person, and I do the same for him. John, I'm like, hey, you should talk to this person or check out this course, I think you might really like it. And it's just like-mindedness, helping each other excel. Because I tell him, I was like, if I'm gonna go on a vacation and you're coming with me, I need you to be able to afford this vacation, so I need to be as climbing the same levels. So true. It helps, and we together actually created a group to help like a couple of different
nice. That's really awesome.
Yes. So we throw resources at them, or I'll ask them, is like, hey, what are you guys working on? How can I help you? Is like, do you have any questions about VA claims or SKILLBRIDGE or whatever it is? And so whatever we have gone through, like they send me it's weird because they actually send me their resume and they were like, hey, can you look at this? I'm like, I hope I'm not an expert because I'm literally in the same boat as you, but I will help according to what feedback I've gotten on mine.
Sure.
They were like, listen, any help is appreciated. So I appreciate that they, accepted that, but I'm not an expert whatsoever.
Awesome.
I'm just a person dabbling.
Awesome. So I don't remember when we first met, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I don't remember, but I know we're sitting there, we tagging each other all the time on LinkedIn, and we're on Facebook with each other also. But as you reminded me, what type of story do you have about how we first met?
So I remember, I started seeing, you around. And actually, the first time we actually met was when you gave me a recommendation on my LinkedIn. Because English is my third language. So there are some mistakes on my LinkedIn page, and you were like, hey, you know, you might want to relook at this word, and you might want to look at
I
that
forgot
word.
about that.
I see. I was like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. And that led me to, you know, follow you, because nobody's doing that for each other. You know, nobody comes out of the blue and be like, hey, by the way, just to help you excel yourself, you might want to check this, this, and this. And I really appreciate it, because, you know, only certain people understand when I text, you know, within my circle. But being English being my third language, I sometimes, you know, have to look at what I'm saying and how I'm saying things, and which led us to the second part of the story, which was where you thought I was yelling at you because I said it's easy to toot your horn. And I do appreciate that you directly contacted me and were like, what did you mean by that? And I meant nothing but the most and the best compliment, because seeing you do what you did, you know, not only for me, but then I started watching you do it for others, and how you highlight people, you know, as they're coming about, even in the transition or just having a conversation through your veterati, you know, you're pointing people to your network. You know, it's not about you, it's about the people. And
Every
that
time.
definitely resonated to me, and it spoke to me, saying that I will definitely be there to toot your horn. I told you, you made like top 5 where I would recommend people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend you to people who are looking at finding, you know, their journey, their next course for transitioning or whatever they need help with. Absolutely. So yes, I do appreciate you coming to me though, and you hashed it out, you know. So,
You know, so from that situation, I thought about it. I'm like, I read that. It's like, I don't understand what she's saying to me. Am I supposed to take that as a good way, as a bad way? I don't know. So you know what? I forgot what forum it was on, either Facebook or LinkedIn. But I was like, you know what? Before I say anything, let me just talk to the person and find out, hey, look, I don't quite understand what you said. Can you explain it to me? Because I'm probably taking it one way. I'm probably taking it the wrong way. So I need a little better clarification. So if I want to provide a response, I know how to respond accurately. So, and I really appreciate you not like, well, what do you mean? Getting all crazy with me. You're like, no, I meant this. I'm like, oh, that's freaking awesome. I love that.
absolutely. You make it easy. You know, there are people out there that make it easy for others to just want to follow them. So
You're always putting out awesome content. So I'm like, man, I gotta follow her. She's always putting out training and certification and training, more training. I'm like, man, I gotta connect her somehow. So awesome.
I blame my boss for that. I blame Jay Salters, my boss, because I blame him for always trying to push me. Like, love the dude through and through, but he's always pushing me to the uncomfortable just to help me excel. So
That's awesome.
definitely.
Well, that's a great segue to our next question that I have for you. So you're full of resources. You know a lot of resources. You probably attended many webinars. You connect with a lot of people. Who are some resources or people or organizations you want to just throw out there during this video so we can give credit where credit is due?
Absolutely. So, you know, like I said, Jay Salters, he is the founder of the Act Now Education. Basically, Act Now Education is how I started everything. He helped me understand that the organization itself is a resource for resources. There are, I did not know this, there are about 40,000 different companies out there that are just solely there to help military people transition.
Wow. I didn't know that either. I said
Right?
to talk about this stuff all day.
Like their
Wow.
job is to either educate people that are getting out, help you understand the outside world, help you get jobs, help you get interviews, resumes, 40,000 different companies
Wow.
that nobody talks about. And then I found Act Now Education where they talk about this.
They do.
Like literally,
They
they
do.
bring all of those companies into one place. And the other motto that I love is like everything is free. Like it's either 100% free or the charge is so minimum that it's like, okay, I can do this because you're investing in your future. You know what I mean? But like 99.9% of it, it's free. So
You
I
know,
don't highly recommend.
I know you listen to a bunch of resources and people right now, but I was actually talking with Rafael Rivera, and he mentioned your name to me as I did an interview. So the interview before you is with him. So right about the same time I sent you a message. I'm like, you know what? Let me send her a message, see when I can get her on this show. So I've been wanting to get you on
That's
here,
awesome.
and then he mentioned your name. I'm like, you know what? Let me send her another message. See if she's gonna respond to this one. And you're like, bam, I'll be right there. I'm like, freaking rock star, man. This is awesome. But I'm sorry, keep on going because I know Act Now has a whole wealth of information, but I'm sure there's other ones you participated with as well.
So another one was the Commit Foundation. The Commit Foundation works with people who are, you know, those go-getters and the go-doers, basically. So the foundation came about from a wife that saw her husband struggling in the outside world because he was a head runner of everything. And then when he got out, he lost a purpose. So their whole motto is they help you find your purpose. And I love the Act Now Foundation. I had an executive coach, Lacey, and she was fantastic. And she's the one that helped me realize my passion for people. And she's like, every time you talk about people, Binal, you just light up. It's like, that's what you need to, you know, go towards. The other one, they help me with my resume. They ask for your VMAX, your evals, your, you know, awards and everything. And they customize a free resume for you. Another one was ACP, the American Corporate.
That's a great organization.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
Great. Oh my goodness. My buddy, John, he got hooked up with a director at MasterCard. Another person, I know, another person was a CEO at another company. They got hooked up.
Wow.
So the crazy part is these people open up their own network for the transitioning service member.
They do, yes.
1 year of mentorship for free from somebody who's in a corporate world. Why would you not do that? Right. The other one was Canderful. Canderful, because I had no interview skills, they help you get 3 interviews with one of those interview coaches.
Oh, wow.
And interview, they actually not only help you critique your resume, they can help you with that, but they also critique your entire interview and where you can progress. And it happens back to back, so you can practice and practice and practice and make it perfect towards the end. So they give you, they give you a personalized criticism, you know, based on how you did and what you could do better. So mine was like, one of them is like, you need to keep your stories under 2 minutes. So, okay, I will take that, you know, go forward with it. I like to talk, you know, but yes, that's one of those things. Hiring our heroes, absolutely. If you're looking for a SKILLBRIDGE, go to them.
They are phenomenal.
Yes. Speaking of SKILLBRIDGE, get with Dave Sanchez. He is awesome. He loves, you know.
Is it Dave Sanchez?
Yes, he is the SKILLBRIDGE
like coordinator or manager?
Champion. No, he's a SKILLBRIDGE champion on
Dave.
Yeah,
yes,
Dave.
Yes. He is a rock star. Yes.
Great help. When
phenomenal.
I reached out to him, I was like, hey, can you help me with X, Y, and Z? And he was like, these are the people, companies that you were looking for. These are the people that you need to talk to. I was like, like, you know, they reached out.
I've been able to talk to him a few times, and I keep on thinking I'm taking all his time out of his day because he has so many things going on, and but he'll go ahead and he'll like seem like he'll stop everything he's doing just to talk to you.
He's
I'm
good
like,
people.
wow, this guy's. I try to throw his name out as much as possible. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's good people. I have two more companies still serving veterans. Is
Okay.
another one. They do like resume. They help you with that. Kim, she's been phenomenal. She checks in with me all the time. Love her. They help interviews and how to get yourself better on LinkedIn. And another one was Pave. Pave also helped me. Like they have like so many connections with different companies. They're known for more like paralyzed veterans of America,
Okay.
but they help everybody.
Oh,
They
really?
tell you,
Okay.
yeah, they help every single person that comes to the door knocking. And they
Wow, that's really
do,
awesome.
it is really cool. They help you with the, understand, the resume, and they'll help you critique your resume also. But they have so many different connections with so many different companies that
Wow.
they help you connect, with the individual within the hiring, realm of that. And Fourblock. I don't know how I forgot Fourblock. Fourblock is awesome also. It's like a 12-week program. You dedicate like 2 hours, one day a week.
Okay.
And
Okay.
different companies, you sit here in your Zoom, different companies come and they give you the spiel a little bit about the company, but then there's a subject attached to each meeting,
Oh,
each week.
wow.
Yes, they talk about like resume one week, they talk about interviews another week, networking. So each week is a different financial, it's like each week is a different subject dedicated just for the transition members.
Okay. Awesome. Wow. You mentioned a lot of great people, a lot of great people. And I guess in essence of time, when we make this, when the video is posted, go ahead and please, if we forgot to mention someone during this video or forgot to mention a company, go and tag them on the post and try to get them out there. So it's okay. You tell your son hello for me, okay? It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Family is awesome. No, it's okay.
Oh,
Family is great, and life happens.
you gotta love it, right?
We'll be a few more minutes, okay? So tell your son only a few more minutes. There we go. If you want to bring him in the video, it's okay too.
Oh no, he's fine.
Okay, awesome. So I guess speaking of that, what I guess I have one last question for you. Is there anything I can do to help you in your transition?
Do what you do, honestly. You are already helping me, like by highlighting and showing me how you can actually promote other people and build your brand based on that also, by being part of your group. It's really awesome to be able to have the connection with the people that have questions. I'm able to answer them on the things that they, be talking about when it comes to transitioning. It's like, hey, what can I do with X, Y, and Z? And those are the kind of subjects that, like me to help people. So, I mean, you're doing exactly what you want to do, which is helping people. And it definitely helps me, so I wouldn't say anything more than that.
Awesome. And so the group you're talking about is the hashtag tomzacher bachelor's advice, right?
Yes.
I'm really impressed with that group. I'm sure
You
I'm
have some
biased,
great people in there.
but I think there's some awesome people in there. And my whole goal is just try to provide genuine advice and genuine help to people, as opposed to you should do this, this, this. And I don't know what I'm talking about because I haven't done it myself. I like to see how we can genuinely help people. So awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
I do have one question, maybe. It's like, from this experience that you've done with people and how you help people and stuff, what have you learned so far?
You talk about for the YouTube series, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're about
And just
halfway.
helping people in general.
Sure. So we're about halfway done. And I've learned, I thought I knew some resources, right? And wow, I've learned about so much more resources. There's so many more awesome people that are out there willing to help people just because that's just what they do. They want to genuinely help people. So I've actually connected with some of them, partially because when we talk about them in a video, I want them to know this. So that way I can tag them on the video when the video comes out, right? But I also think that I like to give credit where credit is due. A lot of us ask for help. A lot of us need some help. And I think it's awesome to know those who've helped you and those who you can try to get back to so they can feel I was able to help somebody else out too today. And here's a video talking about how I helped them. So I guess a little bit of that information.
That's good. That's good. Definitely. And it definitely speaks to why you do this, without even saying why you do it. Because we need that. We need more of people wanting to help people, just solely to help them grow.
Yeah.
It's like there is no hidden agenda. It's just what we want to do.
And I don't expect anything from anyone. Actually, no, I take that back. I do expect one thing. If I'm going to sit there and talk to you for 45 minutes to an hour and a half sometimes, please do some of the things that I say. It can only help you. Or else I feel like I just waste an hour and a half out of my day that I can never get back. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, hey, Binal, I really appreciate you having some time today to talk to me.
Yes.
And my dog just came in too. There we go.
Very comfortable. I like it.
Thanks so much for having some time today. This video ran a little bit longer than I thought, but you are full of information, full of energy, and super awesome. And you provide a lot of resources. I heard about, but I didn't know exactly what they did. And I talk to people all the time about this kind of stuff. So I'm happy to learn something new. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me today, by the way.
All right. Hey, yo. Thanks. Hey, yo, a good one, okay?
All right. Bye.
Bye.